Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
My name is Happy Gilmore. I haven't swung a club in years.
You know what you gotta do.
Grip it and rip it.
Or... Oh, now that is some Happy Gilmore.
Everyone is talking about the comeback kid, Happy Gilmore.
Happy Knee.
Yeah, baby.
Happy Gilmore 2, only on Netflix July 25th. Rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13.
After Zoomies at the dog park, it's time for Drive Up at Target. In goes a big bag of kibble and one squeaky chicken toy for the good boy. Drive Up that's ready when you are, only in the Target app. Just tap Target.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He manages to get it wide to Jacob Minter. Yeah, good job with the shot, and the Slough Jets have taken the lead on the power play with 23 Russell with the shot cross goal. No need for the save from Lorde, and Campbell finds himself in, and it is 3-1 to the Chelsea Chieftains. They have
Hello and welcome to the UK's #1 ice hockey podcast and the Sport Podcast Awards bronze medal winner for 2025. This is Zero Pucks Given. Well, this is ZPG 4.0. We are back. I had said that we wouldn't be, but I could not leave this alone. What we've created here together for the UK ice hockey scene, the updates, the roundups, the interviews, the digital legacy, as I say, for the players and the fans, I couldn't turn my back on it. So I will endeavour to get out as much as my time will allow. If I can get to a game, we'll get a roundup done. We've started to book in guests already confirmed for ZPG 4.0. Our Chelmsford duo, Ben Clements and Ross Miller, Bison and former Slough forward Ty Cathcart, Cambridge Kodiaks captain Canada Christina Ashley, and Cardiff Fire skipper Lewis Stevens. A couple more to be announced in the coming weeks. We are not limiting the guests to South One either. We are trying for a good spread of the UK, if not the world. So we will kick off then, little sort of mini preview episode to look at the new season. We'll kick off by looking at the Britton Division as a whole. By the looks of it, we're looking at an 8-team league after the announcement out of Romford Buccaneers recently. We already knew that we had lost Milton Keynes Thunder as they stepped down to try and rebuild from South 2 upwards, and the Oxford City Stars, who were taking a hiatus to allow an internal rebuild. But for me, I'm not 100% sure we'll see the Stars again in that guise. Possibly could merge with the Rising Stars next season and be in South 1, but we wait and see. As England Ice Hockey are yet to reveal and release, of course, the official breakdown of South 1, you know, cup format, playoff format, etc. I would just like to add, actually, while we're talking about England Ice Hockey, a massive congratulations and a fond farewell to Hayden Hunter, who has stepped down as head of the NIHL programme with England Ice Hockey. Hayden has always been a supporter of the podcast, has done some exceptional work for UK Ice Hockey, and I wish him the best in his future endeavours. He's an absolute top fellow. Loved all the help he's given me over the time I've been doing this. So let's have a little look at the teams so far. Not a full preview. We'll do that at the end of August, but we'll start with the Cardiff Fire. Cardiff are looking to retain the most part of their roster from last season. I'm sure the experience of playing in South 1 last year will serve their team well. However, finishing 8th last season means a repeat of that this year would see them finish bottom. I can tell you for free that Shep will not see that as progress and will demand more from his side to try and finish higher up the division, especially as less league games this year could well see the reintroduction of the 2 groups of 3 playoff format, so potentially only the top 6 would qualify for the playoffs. They took a couple of scalps last season, notably the Solent Devils, and they'll be looking for more of that in 25-26.
Chelmsford Chieftains.
Chelmsford Chieftains then, as the Cup champions, head into the new season looking for more silverware. 2 seasons on the bounce now, Cliff has put trophies in the cabinet at the Riverside. And obviously some new sponsorship has seen a bit of an influx of interest in the team that I follow. I have reached out to the new sponsors to hopefully get the club to look into streaming their home games. With the extra exposure that the Buckleys are bringing the Chelmsford Chieftains, streaming seems like an absolute no-brainer. I think, a lot of their videos that they put out getting in excess of 200,000 views. I've already seen on their socials that they've got fans of theirs that have said they're now following the Chieftains, following their movements. But obviously they can't watch the games if they can't get to the games. And I would imagine every home game is going to sell out. So if you are an away fan looking to get to a Chelmsford game this year, do not hang around. Make sure you get your tickets so you're not disappointed. But as I said, hopefully they will look into doing some sort of streaming for the away fans and the other home fans that might not be able to get there. I would absolutely love to be involved with that, which is what I said to Claire and James, or Claire, when I gave her a message about it. If we were able to do that, I'm sure I would be able to look at sort of my schedule and see if I can make myself more available for it, because it's just something that I'd always wanted to do. It was my main aim, really, when I started the podcast, was to end up doing that. So, yeah, I think it's an absolute no-brainer, but we'll all wait and see what happens there. Players-wise, some really good pickups for the Chieftains, particularly in the cage. I said to Lords when we spoke in Sheffield that my pair would be Miller and Sheehan, so I must know a little bit more than I thought I do. Obviously, they've also got Garner in there as well that they've taken from the Guildford Phoenix. Tom Saw is a great pickup from Invicta. Looking forward to seeing the continued progress of Maltsev and Ben Baldacos as well. Really great to see Ben getting a full-time shift up there at Chelmsford. But I would expect the Chiefs to add an impressive import to the roster after losing Dylan Dix.
Invicta Dynamos.
Invicta Dynamos, well, they've got to replace a lot of points after the departure of Saw and of Ruskin Springer Hughes, who just casually bolstering a stunning South 2 roster at Haringey Huskies. But the Horsemen are putting together a nice blend of youth and experience under the watchful gaze of Carl Lennon. Preston Toombs and Jacob Ranson are real good examples of that. And we can expect them to be there or thereabouts in the top 4 or 5. But for me, I can't see them breaking into that top 3, although I do expect them to take some scalps and be involved in some very tasty fixtures. Let's not forget, of course, they changed the course of where the league was going in the final weekends of last season.
Romford Buccaneers.
Romford Buccaneers recently announced their new head coach after Jason Buckman stepped up as the head coach at Romford Raiders, and it's former Raiders goalie Ethan James. He steps into the role and firstly confirms that Sonny Phillips and the impressive Max Van Mullen will return to the pipes, but they have lost Luca Pascal, Elliot Dervish and Callum Burnett. So I would expect to see a young side from James, possibly sprinkled with some experience from his extensive contact book, as they won't want to be in the battle to avoid the foot of the table, but much more exciting stuff to come out of Romford, I'm sure.
Slough Jets.
The current league and national league and playoff champions, Slough Jets, they got to work very quickly in retaining the roster that brought them so much success. The club have also introduced the Slough Spitfires into South 2, so this legacy and dynasty in Slough continues as the young lads that perhaps don't get the ice time with Smith's boys will get into the South 2 to get a bit more ice time themselves. The Moore boys and Jack Goodchild, the Holy Trinity, as I, of course, have dubbed them, I'm sure they will get a little bit of two-way action in the National League. Ollie Hemmings-Mars certainly will be with the Bison. I do wonder whether no new additions is a problem or whether upsetting the apple cart is too much of a risk, but time will tell as they now have the target on their backs that they craved. So let's see how they deal with it.
Solent Devils.
Solent Devils have had a busy summer already, pushed hard last season, got themselves to a cup final where they were ultimately outclassed. But as always, they played the final and the whole season with heart and integrity. It's a great club down there. It's a real family within the community. Roster numbers are creeping up slowly for the Devils, but the way that the club is run means the fans can have true faith that a competitive roster will be out there as the Devils try to shake their bridesmaid tag, having lost finals in each of the 3 last seasons.
Streatham Redhawks.
To the high road in Streatham, and as the final seconds tick down on the Britain playoff final in Sheffield, with Ben Painter ejected, although in no mood to chat until a few days later, he was already planning how to avenge this season for the Redhawks. Second in the league, playoff runners up, out in the cup semi-final after blowing a 6-1 first leg lead. This undoubtedly fired Paints and the Redhawks backroom team into action, and this season they are not messing about. They've welcomed new faces such as Dylan Dix, Lewis Covin, Danny Rose, and the return of Vanya Antonov, making them the favourites for me as we head into the new season. Streatham don't suffer fools gladly, and I think they're going to be really dangerous, especially if they get out of the door nice and early. But best believe the games between Streatham, Slough and Chelmsford will be absolute blockbusters.
Swindon Wildcats 2.
Finally to the team who, although last alphabetically, are my dark horses to stir shit up in the NIHL 1 South in 25-26. After having Ken Forshey on ZPG at the back end of last season, you can see the progress, the model that Swindon are working on, and the capitulation of the Oxford City Stars has helped bolster their roster too. Jake Williams was the Stars' top point scorer last season. Plus, also the unusual circumstances that sees not one, but two father and son duos on the playing roster, and a further one with Cal Forshey playing and Ken Forshey coaching. They gave everyone a scare on those Sunday nights in Swindon last season, and they could be the side that causes the most upsets and perhaps even takes that fourth place spot in the league this season. Well, there are still 6 weeks or so to go until the start of the new season. And so far, for me, the best summers have been as follows. For signings, there's actually a few. In the Britton Division, the Streatham Redhawks, I think that Paint's getting Vanny back and sliding Dix into London from Chelmsford. That kind of sounded a bit ruder than it should. It was a fantastic start. And in the Morley, the Blackburn Hawks, what an incredibly active and summer they've had. Obviously, they did not appreciate the Billingham Stars clean sweep last season. And then back down into the Wilkinson, Haringey Huskies have been absolutely unreal. Not only have they unveiled the coolest jumbotron in hockey, some of the sexiest jerseys, but they've managed to sign the likes of Josh Ely Newman and Ruskin Springer Hughes. They've kept Courtney Grant. I think there's another couple of special ones to be announced as well. So they're going to have a run at all of the Wilkinson Division silverware. For the jerseys, for me, it has to be the Chelmsford Chieftains. 4 stunning jerseys. And I'm sure a couple of special ones to come out throughout the season as well. A lovely little touch in the collar and nod to the new sponsors. Head over to the Chelmsford Chieftains socials if you haven't seen them yet, hoping that the output of their social media will improve with the recent spike in interest. Player signing releases for me has got to go to Widnes Wild up north. Some very creative social media posts, not to mention the hilarious announcement of ZPG alumni Luca Tasadri. If you've not seen that yet, make sure you check that out. As for general stuff across the summer in UK hockey, it is so great to see so many new podcasts popping up. My ladies, Jazz, Maddie and Laura from Girls at the Rink, absolutely smashing it, as well as Emma Steigs, I hope I've pronounced that right. Her new pod, Her Game, Her Voice. Fantastic for women's hockey. The Slapshot Syndicate boys are smashing it as well in the National. Hopefully have at least one of them on at some point this season. And of course, it's a very, very welcome return to the National League, to the Basingstoke Bison. We also have some news about the new sponsor for Zero Pucks Given. Of course, the wonderful Mike Giannone, We Are Not Worthy Mike at Hockey Art Co. continues to be with us. And we are just awaiting the final details and discount codes and stuff from Bob, who will be part of ZPG this season. The new refillable shower wash solution for men. Once we've completed all that we need to complete, there will be a little product review video and then a discount code for the listeners. So keep them peeled. Well, thank you so much for joining us for episode 171. It's the first episode of ZPG 4.0. As I said, I will try and get episodes out as often as I possibly can. I'm not going to be able to see as many games as I would like, but if I do get to a game, I'll give you a solid review of that game and we'll run through all the results of the other games that have happened that weekend. When we have our interview episodes, particularly if it is someone from the Britton Division, we will have a little talk through all the results that have happened that weekend with those. So we'll be sort of doing a little breakdown with the players that have been playing in the division. So really looking forward to some of that. And if you are a player or a coach or involved in the club in some way and you want to be on Zero Pucks Given, shoot me a message, let me know. Let's see what we can sort out, because we want to get a real large spectrum across UK ice hockey so that we can start bringing the best content. We've had an incredible run so far to 171 episodes now. As I said, I kind of regretted the message that I put out to say that it was going to stop almost instantly. But timing wise, I'm actually sort of working it a little bit better so I can have a little bit more time in the weeks as I thought I was going to have. But just for this year, really, while my daughter finishes school, we won't be able to attend as many games as we would like. Then after come next season, should be getting there as often as I possibly can. But like I said, if Chelmsford Chieftains are open to streaming their games live, I would absolutely love to be a part of that, and will certainly see if I can move my schedule to make that happen. Well, guys, thank you so much again for listening. Make sure you keep up to date on all of the socials. We're across it, of course, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok. We've also got Threads, which I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it's pretty much like Twitter, but stuff that goes on Instagram gets posted on there. So that's kind of all the same. If you want to get in touch with the podcast, you can do that through zeropucksgivenpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because every episode that comes out is also a full video as well as an audio. And the audio you can listen to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Podbean, anywhere that you get your podcasts. Just make sure that you subscribe, give us a little review, and tap the little 5 stars if you liked it, because it all does things for the algorithm to keep it all flying along. Well, guys, I really do hope you're enjoying your summer. Not long to go now, just about 6 weeks. Before the season starts, we will do a full review episode. We'll run through each team in the Britton Division, their signings, who they've got in, what they're looking to do, where I think that will finish. I think I got that massively wrong last year, although I did tip Slough to win the league, but maybe not right at the start. So we'll see how that all goes, and we'll do that just before the start of the season at around the end of August. Thank you so much to everybody who wished me happy birthday last week. I had a fantastic time. My wife took me to Rome. We had a great few days there. Fantastic way to spend my 40th birthday, and some lovely messages from you guys that have been listening to the podcast as well. So take it easy, guys. Peace.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're grinding out bicep curls, or muscling the couch across the living room, crushing morning miles, or sprinting through back-to-back meetings, Smoothie King has fuel to help you maximize your workouts, own your recovery, and elevate your game. Give your body the energy, protein, and power it needs with a lineup of delicious smoothies made to help you conquer your goals. Only at Smoothie King.